Loose neck with Mounjaro weight loss. Hi friends, I'm Elizabeth, Countess of Shopping. I have lost 76 pounds to date with my Mounjaro weight loss, and I'm here with my co-host, Mr. Freddie, who I had to bribe, and now he's giving you guys the caboose. But we're gonna talk about loose necks today, our gobble gobbles, all things associated with our Mounjaro weight loss. Let's go ahead and dive in. We're gonna go ahead and dive in with the assumption of knowing that having some sort of cosmetic procedure is the best way to get rid of loose skin. If you didn't see part one of where I talked about loose skin on my body, you're gonna wanna also check that out after this episode. But today we're gonna specifically focus in on the neck. Why? Because so many people in my free Mounjaro weight loss encouragement group and Zepbound encouragement group, and WEGOVY, all are welcome at that table. I'll link it down in the description link below, have asked, Elizabeth, what are you doing for your neck? What are you doing for your gobble gobble? What are you doing for all of those things? And Mr. Freddie has no answers for me, so I've had to set out on a journey to help figure out what do I do with this weight loss. Because while having my big weight loss, there's been loose skin, and yes, I do intermittent fasting. So we're gonna walk into this video with two assumptions. One, that I do intermittent fasting because Dr. Fung tells us, and there's so much scientific data about how intermittent fasting helps with loose skin, because intermittent fasting eats the junk cells with the protein, it's the whole thing. And so we're gonna go with that assumption that we're trying intermittent fasting, or I'll use my I statements. I am not a medical professional. I don't pretend to play one on the internet. And then number two is, we're gonna go into the assumption that having some sort of surgery is obviously the best thing for loose skin. That's my understanding. But for our necks and things like that, that is my big assumption, is having to have things tightened, pulled. I have a specialist coming up, which is why we're gonna wanna click subscribe. I booked her here in the next couple of weeks to share about loose skin, Ozempic face, like that is her. She's one of the premier East Coast United States people. And so anyway, stay tuned for that. Let's dive into tip number one. So we're going with the assumptions of those two things, of having surgery probably would be a better choice, or lasers, or like things like that. And I do lasers, and I do Botox and things like that. We're gonna talk about that on the next episode. Today is gonna be talking about creams and some other tools that I've tested. You're gonna wanna stay till the end to make sure that you hear the fifth one. We're gonna go, make sure you stay till that one. But tip number one, two creams that I have tested over the last year. I've taken my Mounjaro 15 milligrams, lost 76 pounds. Two assumptions with that is that using creams. I have a less expensive one. It's under 20 bucks. It works incredibly well. And a high-end one. And I have another one also that was like Jaja. It was like a $300 cream. I'm not referring that in this video because I feel like that is not the average bear. And I want to be as helpful and be a maximum service for as many people as possible. So let's talk about the two different ones. This first one is not expensive really at all. It comes with more ounces than this one. This is more of the luxury based product, and you're paying for the packaging in this one. So this one, I will link all these down in the description link below too, by the way. This one, in addition to my article on loose skin that we have on countessofshopping.com, it has the packaging like this, where it's really easy to get the product out, to put it on, and to help. The actual formularity is ultra smoothing, neck repair. I really like this stuff. I am not sponsored by any of these products, by the way. I've bought them with my own money, and so to give that discernment on that. I wish Crepe would call me, because I talk about their products all the time, but you can get their link down below, the affiliate link down below. So it has the packaging, the pump on there, so you're not scooping into an actual jar. Whereas with this one, you do scoop into the jar, you use a Q-tip with it. It has such a great texture with it. Same thing, different texture. This one is, they have unscented, and then they also have a lemon verbena. I love the scent of lemon. And so for me, this is an awesome choice. I love it. But if you don't want scents, the Crepe Erase one does not have on it either. And their body cream has somewhat of like, it's an unscented, but it smells to me somewhat like almonds. This has no scent at all. So you're paying for the variation of packaging. This one is 1.7 fluid ounces. This one is 2 fluid ounces, 60 milliliters, and this is 50 milliliters. So to give some context on there, because you're paying less and you're getting more. So that's the first thing. Are you putting some cream on there? Putting that that cream on there in the morning and the evening, and it has both of these have in there. This one has the glycolic and lactic acid in there, and there's a bunch of other ingredients that are good, that have been helpful to slough off dead skin cells and help just make it look smoother. And I think for me, some of my loose skin stuff it was just dry skin. I wasn't doing anything with it. So making sure I'm putting dry skin on there. This is the Ultra Soothing Neck Repair. Same thing it has in terms of the ingredients, retinol, peptides, like it's got some other stuff in there too that's really helping to slough off that dead skin. Obviously making sure that you're using sunscreen. That's tip number 2. And I'll link down below. La Roche-Posay has an awesome, awesome sunscreen. I didn't bring it down, but that's tip number 2 for you is, are you using sunscreen with it as well to prevent further aging with sun damage? That right in itself is very helpful, just using sunscreen. So tip number 2, I like La Roche-Posay's. I will link that down below, and I've got a couple of other SPFs that I use on my face and my neck that are very, very helpful. Tip number 3, I brought down 2 choices, a higher priced one and a lower priced one, to give you some choices. So this is the higher priced one. This is the one that I get from my medical spa that I go to. It's ZO. It is medical grade skincare, meaning I have to get this through a medical spa, or like it's medical. So you gotta go through certain channels with it. It has these pads in them. They look kind of like oxy pads, but they help to exfoliate. You use them in the morning and the evening. One of our viewers is like, oh, you can cut these in half. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. You could do that. I typically don't do that, but you could in terms of high and low. I'm gonna link them down on Amazon down below, but really you should get them probably from a medical spa if you wanted to do that higher end grade. But here is an Amazon product that would be helpful with the same intention, which is exfoliation. Are you exfoliating that neck and gobble area down into your décolleté? These are helpful. With weight loss, my skin has changed so much. I mean, hello, like it has changed. And I have been mindful to do intermittent fasting and things like that. But this is tip number 3 of making sure you're exfoliating. This one comes with cute little tongs. I find that these are wetter than the ZO ones. The pads are about the same size, but you can see on there, substantially less expensive for these. Where am I gonna put this? I wanted to show you guys what it looks like. But it has on there gently exfoliates with 2% PHA. I like these quite a bit, and you're getting in it 70 pads, whereas this is 60 pads, and this is a lot less expensive. So, and same thing, like one of our viewers said, you can also cut them in half if you want to make them last longer. So it's another great way to use, and I do it, they have recommended, they meaning the medical spa, in the morning and the evening using these, another great way, and I will link those down in the description link below. Let's go over to tip number, so that was tip number 3, was exfoliation, and using those pads to help exfoliate, for the loose neck, loose skin on your gobble in this area. I mean, my cheeks were like puffy. I wish I had, oh, I didn't bring it up, but like my face is very much inflamed, and it's gone down substantially. And so that has made loose skin. That's made loose skin. Tip number 4 is gonna be also hydrating. So I talked about using those hydrating specific neck creams, but for some additional hydration, I wanna show you guys 2 things that I love and I use. One is that this is my favorite. Like this is then I am obsessed with it. It's the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. I will link that also in the description link below. I use that actually, and it comes with this cute little scooper on top. I love the packaging. This has lasted for forever. Using this over my face and on my neck. So I'll use the neck cream and then I'll lock this in before I go to bed. I don't use this in the morning and the evening. And I don't actually use it every single night. I'll probably use it like every other night. It's very helpful with dry skin. And if you have like combo to oily skin too, they do have a less thick cream to use as well, but I like that one. And then another one, that is a higher price point. It lasts a long time. Here is a lower price point, but it will also last a great long time because look at it. Very, very enriched, and to help with that dryness, thus helping it look plumper. Plumper meaning like less saggy with it. So that has been very helpful for me. Tip number 4 of making sure I'm getting that hydration in with an extra on top of the neck cream that I'm using. So that was tip number 4. Tip Number 5, continuing the journey. I think this is one of the most important tips that I think that for me, getting discouraged somewhat about loose skin on my body, losing 76 pounds, and on my face, like this area is changing. Part of that's just aging and accepting that. But B, the other part of it is knowing I need to continue. I'm 76 pounds down on my 125 pound journey. I have 50 pounds left to go on this marathon. It's not a race, it's a marathon. And so accepting that I need to continue and that this is still, I'm still in the book. I'm still in like chapter 5. There's still like 20 more chapters to go. So to keep going and that reminding myself I can move and focusing in on my non-scale victories when I get a little bit depressed or a little bit, not depressed, but well, where I get a little bit sad about how my body is not as taut and tight and all that. Reminding this past summer, I got to fly across the country with my son and do all these physically laborious things like going up to top of hills in San Francisco and taking my son out on a full day fishing trip and being like reeling in the fish and helping, like all of these amazing, incredible things. Going to Maine and being able to swim in the cove there with my son and watch him have a surf lesson and like all this cool stuff. I could not have done that 76 pounds ago. Caring for a family member who's been in and out of the hospital the last 2 months, I couldn't have done that 76 pounds ago. And so reminding myself of these non-scale victories as I go along. If you need something to help you with non-scale victories, if the scale's too triggering for you, get one of these. They are a smart tape measure. I have the trifecta of, there are 3 of them that loop together on the same app. The smart tape measure, the scale, and then also the third one is the blood pressure. It measures your blood pressure if you wish. They are all on the same app. I highly recommend that because for me, it takes kind of away like the mind effery that can come with the scale if you need that. That's a side note. So going back over to tip number 5 is continuing on the journey and focusing on what you do have, focusing in on the positives, focusing in on those non-scale victories, because this loose skin thing is going to work itself out. You're in the middle of, let me use my I statements. I'm in the middle of it. I'm still in the middle of this. And with that is tip number 6 is protein focus. For me, making sure I'm getting my collagen and my protein. Super, super important. Super important. 100 to 120 grams of protein per day per my GLP-1 dietitian. I'll link her down below. Use the code QUEEN if you wish to work with her. There's a discount on there. So making sure I'm eating the right amounts of foods. I did not realize for a long time, like 10 months, that I wasn't eating enough protein. I thought I was eating about 50 to 75 grams, and I need 100 to 120 grams. Now, I don't do that on like day 1 and day 2 of my shot. I'm not hitting those numbers, but the rest of them I really do try on my Mounjaro weight loss and my Mounjaro shot to hit those. Okay, one other thing I want to talk about, I just bought these because I wanted to test them for you guys. I saw them pop up, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. They're called C&D. C&D has one of the best-selling cuticle oils. I'll link that down in the description link below too. And so I was like, oh, I saw that they had creams. I'm like, let me try them. This one is citrus and green tea scented, and this one is tangerine lemongrass scented. I tried the citrus green tea scented. It reminded me of James Madison University, my alma mater, Hylon back in 2003, the bathroom soap. It smelled so gross. I did not like the smell of this. Maybe you like Hylon back in 2003. Like, at JMU, at a frat party, it was just, to me, it did not smell good. It smelled like hand soap, but not good hand soap. But maybe you might like that. So I'm gonna, yeah. What I love though, C&D, I love this. It's their tangerine and lemongrass. This stuff smells really good. I'm not using it for my loose skin because the loose skin things that I recommend that actually do move the needle on my body, this is more just like a hand cream, like dry hands. I like it. It smells really, really good. That scent is, it's tangerine and lemongrass. I mean, it really does smell very vibrant, like citrus. It's good. I love the way that smells. If you don't like citrus or lemongrass, then you wouldn't like this, but for 10-ish bucks, for how many ounces? For 8.3 fluid ounces, yes, queen. But the two things that I do absolutely love for loose skin on the body, and I talked about it in my other video, was the Baja de Fleur Elasti Cream. And then this is the king of kings. I mean, it's so good. It's 10 ounces. It's pricey, but it's 10 ounces. It lasts a long time. This got me to the swimming pool this summer. It gave me so much confidence. And I think that's one of the biggest things. I got slammed on by some people. Some people were so supportive, which I love you, by the way, if you're on the same journey as me. I'm like, how did I get to this side of like YouTube of where like trolls came out and were like, so I'm like, if creams give me confidence to help with the loose skin as I'm losing weight when I could not lose weight for decades, it's really weird to me that somebody would criticize that. Of like, rock on with your bad self with your creams. I'm not telling you, like, here's the links for the affiliate links down below. Get them or don't. But like, if a cream's helping to give me confidence, why not? Like, why not? It's helping. And that to me is, to each their own. So anyways, those are the two body creams that I love. Again, for loose skin on the body, I talked about that in the video. The only thing that's really gonna cure that is surgery, which I will get. We already are, we have a savings on our line item in our savings budget, loose skin surgery. That'll be coming next year. This time next year, I'll be getting that surgery. Because God willing, I'll have lost all that weight at that point. I'll be down my 125 pounds. So I hope that this is helpful. The other big thing that I've switched over to is taking a new daily vitamin. I've switched daily vitamins. I will link my favorite daily vitamin down below. They have given us 50% off the first month of it. It is awesome. This tin is sold separately, but it really and truly has over 20 vitamins and minerals. This has been awesome because it has prebiotics and probiotics, which are very helpful for my Mounjaro side effects. We know gastrointestinal issues is one of those things of diarrhea, constipation, and nausea, vomiting. And the prebiotics and probiotics have really helped me with that too, in addition to being like a daily supplement. Because I was worried about my nutrients, right? In addition to taking that protein. So I hope all of that is helpful for you. We do a little thing here at Countess of Shopping where we put an emoji down below, and it shows me that you've watched this far in the video. Today's emoji is going to be a cat. So I will see, well, it helps me to get to know you better. The pattern recognition of your username or your handle showing up. We have one of our beautiful viewers, Judy, who I know Judy because she comments pretty much on every video. So hi, Judy, love you. And there's so many of you. So it helps me to, there's one of many, many examples. And then two, I will pray over you. If you don't believe in prayer, I'll send you positive, uplifting, loving thoughts. I'll be wishing you well. So it's twofold on there. And then tip number 3 is make sure you get my free Mounjaro weight loss success checklist down below. And if you have not already joined my free Mounjaro Zepbound weight loss encouragement group, that is linked in the description link below too, down below. People are like, where's the description link? It says ... more. Click on that and that will show you all of the links down below. And click that like and subscribe button if you found value in this video. Okay, sweet friends. Mr. Freddie and I walked him today. My hips are hurting because we walked a ways, and he is now tired. Woo-hoo. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. I'm Countess of Shopping. Count my blessing because life is delicious, and go watch that loose skin video for your body if you haven't already seen that one. Bye, guys.